Deep beneath the ocean surface, something was emitting a frequency that shattered our understanding of marine biology. It was a sound so powerful, so structured, that it could only be described as a call that came from a creature no one had ever seen. But this was just the beginning. In the darkest trenches, where light never reaches and pressure would crush a submarine like a tin can, anomalies are hiding. Anomalies that shouldn't exist, yet they do. And tonight, we're diving into 5 of the most baffling deep-sea mysteries that have scientists scratching their heads. We start our journey in the Pacific Ocean, off the coast of Chile. In 2015, a team of researchers deployed deep-sea cameras to film the Hadal Zone, the deepest part of the ocean, from 6,000 to 11,000 meters down. What they captured was something that looked like a glowing, gelatinous orb, pulsing with an eerie blue light. It moved with a purpose, as if it was aware of the camera. The scientists had never seen anything like it. They called it a mystery jelly, but that's just a placeholder for something they couldn't explain. Later analysis showed it was a new species of siphonophore, a colonial organism made of thousands of individual parts working together. But here's the twist, this siphonophore was glowing in a way that didn't match any known bioluminescence pattern. It was as if it was communicating in a language of light that we're only beginning to understand. But that's not the only anomaly lurking in the deep. In 1997, an underwater microphone array, originally designed to detect Soviet submarines, picked up a sound that would become one of the most famous ocean mysteries of all time, the bloop. It was an ultra-low frequency sound, so powerful that it was detected by sensors over 5,000 kilometers apart. The sound resembled the noise of a massive creature, but it was far too loud to be any known animal. Some speculated it was a giant squid, others thought it might be a new species of whale. But the U.S. National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration later attributed it to an icequake, a massive ice shelf cracking. Yet, that explanation has holes. The sound pattern didn't match typical icequakes, and its frequency was too structured. The bloop remains one of the most debated sounds in oceanography, and its true source is still unconfirmed. Now, let's descend to the Mariana Trench, the deepest point on Earth. In 2014, scientists recorded strange, repetitive sounds from the trench that they couldn't identify. The sounds were a mix of low-frequency moans and high-pitched whines, as if something was trying to communicate. Some researchers suggest it might be a baleen whale, but the sounds were unlike any whale call ever recorded. Others think it could be a submarine, but the sound patterns were too complex. The recording, known as the Western Pacific biotwang, was eventually linked to a species of minke whale. But the researchers admit that the full range of sounds remains unexplained. The ocean, it seems, is full of voices we don't recognize. But the anomalies aren't just sounds. In 2016, a team from the Schmidt Ocean Institute discovered what they called a field of mysterious holes on the ocean floor near the Azores. These holes were perfectly circular, about 2 centimeters in diameter, and arranged in a grid-like pattern. They looked like they were made by some intelligent design, but no known creature or geological process could explain them. The scientists joked that they might be traces of an alien civilization, but they were serious about the mystery. Later, they found similar holes in other parts of the Atlantic, and they still don't have a definitive answer. Some theories suggest they could be made by burrowing organisms, but the consistency and pattern are unlike anything seen before. And then there's the case of the Baltic Sea anomaly. In 2011, a Swedish treasure hunting team, Ocean X, discovered a massive, circular object on the floor of the Baltic Sea. The object was about 60 meters in diameter, with a distinctive staircase-like structure and a groove that looked like a landing strip. The team's sonar images showed something that appeared to be not natural. Speculation ran wild, it could be a UFO, an ancient structure, or even a portal to another dimension. However, geologists later suggested it might be a glacial deposit, a rock that was shaped by ice age movements. But the object's symmetry and the way it stands upright on the seabed, as if deliberately placed, continue to fuel conspiracy theories. The Ocean X team even reported that their electronic equipment stopped working when they approached it, adding to the legend. These anomalies aren't just random occurrences, they challenge our understanding of the ocean. Take, for example, the phenomenon of milky seas. For centuries, sailors have reported seeing patches of ocean glowing with a soft, white light, like a field of snow under moonlight. It's caused by bioluminescent bacteria, but the scale is staggering. Some milky seas have been observed to cover hundreds of square kilometers. The most recent confirmed event was in 2019, when a research vessel measured a milky sea in the Java Sea. The glow was so bright that it was visible from satellites. Yet, we still don't fully understand why these bacteria glow so intensely or what triggers such massive blooms. It's a phenomenon that has been observed for hundreds of years, but it remains one of the least studied marine mysteries. But perhaps the most tantalizing anomaly is the one that has scientists on the edge of their seats, the discovery of a huge, mysterious structure on the ocean floor near the coast of Okinawa, Japan. In 2020, underwater archaeologists found a massive stone formation that resembled a stepped pyramid. It's over 10,000 years old, dating back to a time when the area was above water. The structure, known as the Yonaguni Monument, has sharp edges, straight walls, and even what looks like a road. Some argue it's natural rock formation, shaped by currents and erosion. But others point to the precision of the angles and the presence of what appear to be carved symbols. If it's man-made, it would rewrite the history of human civilization, suggesting that an advanced society existed during the last ice age. The debate is fierce, and the monument remains one of the most controversial underwater discoveries. Now, you might be thinking, these are just isolated cases. But the ocean is vast, and we've only explored about 20% of it. The remaining 80% is a world of darkness and pressure, where we've barely scratched the surface. Every deep-sea expedition brings back new species, new sounds, and new anomalies that challenge our assumptions. The deep sea is the last frontier on Earth, and it's full of secrets. So, what is the shocking revelation I promised at the beginning? It's this: the frequency that shattered our understanding of marine biology, that sound from the first story, wasn't just from a new species. It was a signal. A signal that, according to some researchers, could be a form of communication between creatures that we've never seen. And if that's true, it means the deep sea isn't a silent void. It's a busy, noisy place, filled with conversations we're only beginning to eavesdrop on. The ocean is not just a collection of anomalies, it's a complex, intelligent ecosystem that we're only starting to comprehend. And that, my friends, is the real mystery. As we resurface from these depths, we're left with more questions than answers. What else is hiding in the abyss? What other anomalies are waiting to be discovered? The ocean is vast, and our curiosity is our only guide. So, the next time you look at the sea, remember, it's not just water. It's a world of wonders, and we've only just begun to explore. If you enjoyed this journey into the deep, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more mysteries that defy science. And in the comments, tell us, which of these anomalies creeps you out the most? We'll see you in the next one. This is the end of our dive. But the mysteries? They're just beginning.